Okay.
Right. So, I'm GC. These are my questions for you, Nikki, especially about bullying. So, first off, just tell me, why do you think people who bully enjoy it?
Well, I think people who enjoy bullying are also bullies themselves with no fucking life. I'm sorry. My bad. That's just how I feel. And to add to that, I'm looking at you and the camera. But to add to that, I think people also enjoy inflicting pain on other people because, as people already know, hurt people. I say,
That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, how do you think people have better conversations about bullying?
how do I think people can have better conversations about bullying? Well, for starters, I think that people should start with having a discussion on not bullying, period. And I also think that people should have more self awareness because if people have more self awareness, then there really wouldn't be any room for bullying because then there would be more room for happiness, kindness, and more just, I guess, significant moments that people can learn from.
Absolutely. That's a good point.
Thank you. GC.
Ignorance plays a factor in fueling the fire and bullying culture.
How do I think ignorance plays a
Factor.
factor in the bullying culture? Processing. Processing. Um, it feels to me when you say fuel, it fuels the fire because, okay, I'm going to say something and I don't want people to think I'm weird, and I'm sure a lot of people already probably think I'm weird, but I think that they think that because I'm not like them and they're not like me and JC. But I will have to say, they don't know how to love themselves. They're not supportive of themselves. How can someone show love to someone else if they do not know anything about the actual love? Because love comes in so many different shades. Like 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Love. Love comes with uh, devastation, happiness, sadness, joyfulness, pleasant surprises. It's a lot of different levels of love. So if someone has not experienced different levels of love, they're not going to know how to give it or receive it. Oh, look at God. Look at God.
Good answer. Good, good.
Thank you.
And on the last one, so how do people begin the healing process of having regression of being bullied?
Oh, that's a very great question. I'm actually a little apprehensive to answer, but here we go. I think that it should start with maybe looking in the mirror and telling yourself, I can do better. I love myself. Even if someone, let's just say, speak hypothetically, someone grew up in foster care and they were never told, I love you, or they were never told, I'm proud of you, you're good enough. I think oftentimes some people don't know how to actually heal themselves because they're not practicing self love. In order to gain validation within yourself, you have to know yourself. So if you don't know yourself, start getting to know yourself. Like, I'm single. I've been single for a while now. I'm not going to say how long yet, but I'm learning myself all over again. And I think that you don't have to, like, it's people that comes from family, that comes from foster care, that comes from little family to no family, that some people don't know how to heal. So therefore, in order to heal, you have to just be open-minded and learn to love yourself. Learn to be there for yourself. Show up for yourself. And that's the best way I can answer that.
Okay. Very good.
Well, thank you, GZ. Okay. To be continued. GC. Okay, my first question is, what makes a bully?
What makes a bully? I think what makes a bully is people that aren't secure with themselves, so they need other people to vilify them as people, and then it makes a turn when somebody sees or makes accusations about somebody. They fat, they this, they black, they this. Other people validate with that. They want to look good in front of their peers, so they make something that's entertaining to be negative. And I guess there's no validation in that being good or bad. It's entertaining, it's funny. Let's talk about their shoes, because my shoes look like this. I got Adidas, you got this, you got Nikes, but what they got on. And it becomes something to do out of boredom. It's a negative.
I love how you are detail oriented in that question. Thank you. Okay, so the next question will be, well, actually, in my opinion, road rage can be a form of bullying. I'll call it bully while driving, right? What steps can we take to prevent from whooping someone's ass?
I think a lot of that, because I used to have road rage too, and I definitely calmed down in the last few years, unless it's just something I rate. But I think a lot of that comes to taking things personal on the road. And there's a microcosm about taking things personal in life. We don't stop and assess and see things happening and just say, okay, what is this personally doing to me? Is this personally hurting me because this person said something on the road who I guarantee will never see ever again? And taking it as a personal attack or an attack of them doing a mishap on the road. We all driving, we all trying to get to a location. And, you see something out of the ordinary that you feel you need to speak up, or somebody cuts you off, or somebody does something because you think they're doing it to personally hurt your feelings, instead of them just making a mistake because they're not paying attention. On the road, we don't have no face. It's just a car. And we make things so personal because we are personal people, and we think people are trying to intentionally hurt us when somebody just trying to hurry up and get to work.
Indeed. Indeed. Okay. Some people may argue that colorism is also a form of bullying. If so, how can people change that narrative?
I think a lot of it is just getting to know, for one, getting to know yourself. I kind of think that starts with everything, because if you know yourself, you can talk better for yourself. But also, as far as colorism, getting to know people. Me being I feel like I'm a byproduct of it, because as a kid, I was bullied. As a kid, I had people, call me out my name, call me all kind of different colors and things like that. And a lot of that is, getting to know people and the reason and why they don't like you for that reason. Either they don't like you because of a particular reason, or they don't like you because of something that they don't like that you have that they don't have. And we need to get out of that. I think it's steps in, one, getting to know people, two, understanding people instead of making, judgments off the top, and understanding the reason for why people do things. And three, just, having community and letting people know they're ignorant to the fact that, you this, I'm this. Why can't we find the middle ground? Because I look like this and you look like this. We all have gifts. We all have abilities that, God gave us, and we need to use them more to work better, to do more things, to value things, instead of saying, well, you look like this, so you're this way. You look like this, and you're this way. I always go with this example. A lot of people say that Asian people are all good at math. That's not true. Asian people are good at math because someone at home tells them they have to be good at math. Instead of saying, oh, well, they Asian, so they good at math. No. If they were in different circumstances and different environments, they'd be just as bad as you at math as anybody else is. But it's taught at home.
Me? Like, you don't know if I'm good or bad at math? Like,
Exactly.
It felt like it was.
Exactly. I mean, and this is drawn out. I mean, I had a friend that, his father was African, and, he would always tell us that was like, just a racist thing to say. He was like, I was good at math because my father would let me do anything until I finished my math. Hence, I became good at math. And it doesn't have anything to do with anybody's race or anybody's color. It's values, it's family values, it's family, traditions, and people putting their foot down when they raise their children to say, you're going to be good at a such thing because I'm going to make sure you're good, and that's not going to deviate who you are as a person. And, we do better when we know better. So I think colorism kind of goes into that. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being so informative.